I'm Fiona.
I'm Emma. And we're going to sing some theme songs based upon Hadrian's life. So the first one
is to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, and it's the Fresh Emperor of Rome.
And it's pretty much just an overview of Hadrian's life, so we're going to give a brief overview now so that you understand what it's about. So he was the 14th emperor of Rome, and he lived from 76 CE to 138 CE. And he was the third of the 5 good emperors who were Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, Antoninus Pius, and Marcus Aurelius.
And he was probably born in Hispania, and his full name is Publius Aelius Hadrianus.
And that'll become important later.
Yes. And he is best known for his building projects, such as his wall in between the Roman Empire and Britain.
Well, at the end of the British part of the Roman Empire. But yeah, so he was educated in Italica, Hispania, which is modern-day Seville, Spain. And then when he was 14, he left for Rome and joined the military, and he was a tribune under Nerva. And then when Trajan ascended the throne when Nerva died. And Trajan was the first Roman ruler of provincial origin, which we don't really talk about in any of our songs. But he died on campaign in Sicily when Hadrian was in command of his rear guard, and he hadn't named a successor yet. So Plotina, Trajan's wife, named Hadrian the successor because they really liked him.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Trajan really respected Hadrian, and he wanted him to be the successor, even though it wasn't even officially named. So anyway, once Hadrian became emperor, he was absent from Rome for most of his reign, but he still stayed very popular with the people because he was like one of the people. He's known to have eaten and slept among the common soldiers, and he's commonly depicted in military clothing, even though most of his reign was peaceful, but he was deeply devoted to the military.
He established cities in the Balkan Peninsula, Egypt, Asia Minor, and Greece, and he loved Greece. And he was even called Graeculus when he was young, which means Greekling, because he loved it so much. And he visited it several times and participated in the Eleusinian mysteries. And he built the Arch of Trajan.
Hadrian.
Oh my God, I cannot speak. He built the Arch of Hadrian, but he didn't actually build it. The Athenians built it in his honor in 131 or 132 because they recognized him as the founder of the city, which just isn't true. He wasn't the founder of the city. That was Theseus. But he made the Temple of Zeus and had like really substantial contributions, so they kind of lump him in there with Theseus, even though he didn't found the city.
And that's basically all that you need to know for this first song.
Yeah. So we'll be back.
Get ready.
It's okay, keep going. Now this is a story all about how Hadrian's life got turned upside down, and we'd like to take a minute, just stay in the zone. We'll tell you about how he became an emperor of Rome. In Italica, Hispania, born and raised, modern-day Seville, Spain, he spent most of his days chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, learning all kinds of things inside of the school. When at age 15, he decided to do some good, joined the military and left his neighborhood. He got in a couple of fights, but he didn't get scared. Got Trajan to his side and let him know he cared. But Trajan got sicker day after day, but the new emperor's name he wouldn't say. He took his last breath and then he kicked it. Trajan's wife Plotina said, Hadrian, get with it. First class, yo, this is rad. Taking his status up to a whole new class. Is this what the people of Rome living like? This might be alright. But wait, I hear they're pretty was me and all that. This is where the place is to this cool cat. I don't think so. We'll see when he gets home. I hope they're prepared for the Emperor of Rome. so excited they began to shout. He's trying to make something they'll never forget. Now he knows how to run it. The northern boundary between us and the Brits. He loved the soldiers, that was clear. Looking at them was like looking in the mirror. If anything, you could say he was one of them. On duty, he even slept in some of their tents. He pulled us from Rome about 7 or 8, and he yelled to the cabby, "Yo, I'll smell you later!" He looked at his kingdom, he was finally back home to sit on the throne as the Emperor of Rome.
All right, so we're back. Our next song is called That's So Hadrian, and it's to the tune of That's So Raven.
And it's all about Hadrian's Wall. And a little background about Hadrian's Wall was that it was built in North Britain, and the construction of the wall was known as Valum Hadriani, and it began in 122 CE. And it marked the northern boundary of the Roman Empire in Britain, but it was pretty much just intended to show Rome's power.
Yeah, it was originally 9.7 feet wide and 16 to 20 feet high, depending on where you were, east of the River Irthing, and it was built entirely of stone. But then west of the river, it was 20 feet wide and 11 feet high, and it was made of stone and turf and was 73 miles across uneven terrain. And all of that was built in 6 years by British legions.
And there were 14 to 17 fortifications on the wall, along the wall, and a vallum, which is like a ditch, that ran parallel, and it was 20 feet wide by 10 feet deep. And Hadrian's policy was peace through strength. So he really tried to keep the peace, but he wanted people to know that they had power.
Yeah, which was kind of like the whole point of the wall, was to just show the power when they were mostly in peace, so it wasn't really that necessary. So,
enjoy the song!
Yeah.
You might gaze into the stone. You might think building was a breeze. Building a breeze in the wall of distance. Yeah, go ahead, but it's not that easy. Oh, he tried to save the situation. It was built up by them laymen. Hey now, what you say now? Let's put it down. Yeah, come alive with hey now. And if the world looks great now, then everything's gonna change now. Let's rock. That's so Hadrian. 14 to 17 fortifications. That's so Hadrian. It's the wall the Brits can see. That's so Hadrian. True, will there be no vacation. That's so Hadrian. You're mysterious to me. Yeah. Yep, that's me.
Hey!
So our next song is called Publius Hadrianus, and it's to the tune of the Danny Phantom theme song, and it's about Jerusalem and how Hadrian had to do with Jerusalem.
So basically, that he had a policy of peaceful relations, but it wasn't always adhered to. And he visited Jerusalem in 130 CE, and it was still in ruins from the first Roman-Jewish War. And he rebuilt the city according to his own designs and renamed it Aelia Capitolina Jupiter Capitolinus. So
Yeah,
not
and-
even a mouthful of that.
And he actually built a temple to Jupiter on the ruins of a temple of Solomon, which made everybody really angry because he just like forced his religion on them. And the people got really mad, and it sparked Kokba's revolt in 132 to 136 CE, and 580,000 Jews died, and over 1,000 towns were destroyed. So it was pretty massive in its destruction.
And even the remaining Jews were banished, and he renamed Jerusalem Syria Palestina after the traditional enemies of the Jews. So that was kind of even worse.
Yeah, and he ordered a public burning of the Torah and executed a bunch of Jewish scholars.
And he prohibited practice of Judaism.
So here we go. Publius Hadrianus, his real name.
Publius Hadrianus, he was just 54 when he went knocking at the Jews' door. Jerusalem didn't know the score. He's gonna kill them all because he's Publius Hadrianus. When negotiations didn't work, he got fed up and Publius just kind of blew up. It was a great big revolt, everything just changed. Jerusalem got all rearranged. Turns out Publius was such a good guy. He burned their Torah and washed the pages fry. He banned their religion on the fly. He thought he was better than those other guys, and it was then Publius knew what he had to do. He had to stop all the Jews that were coming through. He's here to fight against the Jews. Gonna kill them all cause he's Publius Hadrianus. Gonna kill them all cause he's Publius Hadrianus. Gonna kill them all cause he's...
Hey! So this song is to the tune of the Fairly Odd Parents theme song, and it is about Hadrian's gay lover named Antinous, and it is called Young Antinous.
Yeah. So basically, Hadrian had a young lover named Antinous, who he really liked. But unfortunately, at a young age, Antinous drowned in the Nile River. This was in 130 CE. So if it gives you any idea, Hadrian died in 138, I think. And he was like 62. So he was old, like 54. And this kid was probably like younger than 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he died in 130.
Hadrian was really, really attached to him, and he was, in fact, so attached to them that he had him deified, and he formed a mystery cult in honor of Antinous, and on top of that, he founded the city of Antinopolis in his name.
Yeah. So he was pretty attached to this guy who was young and gay, but it was also, interestingly, not uncommon for emperors to have young male lovers on the side. It's a pretty common thing. You'll probably hear about it again. So this song is called Young Antinous in his honor.
Hadrian is an average guy that no one understands. All the Roman people always giving him command. Build monuments! Do they bloom up in his room? Broken instantly. By his mere man, Lord grants his every wish. In reality, he loves Antinous. Young Antinous, he can make him smile, but he's drowned in the Nile. Antinous, young Antinous, really hot, love thought, hot rock came and got wiped up in blood, pushed some shot behind his butt. This is your cult quite a note, and not the poetry wrote. Antinous, young Antinous, it flipped his lips when he was a kid, without young Antinous, yeah, right.
Our next song is to the Cory in the House theme song, and it is called Antinous in the House.
Yeah, so after Hadrian came back from Jerusalem and his military service as emperor, he was gone a lot, as we mentioned before. He named his successor Antoninus Pius on the stipulation that he would adopt Marcus Aurelius to follow him. And so Hadrian died in 138, probably of a heart attack when he was 62, and Antoninus Pius was going to be his successor.
So he was buried first at Puteoli on the ground of the rhetorician Cicero. But when Antoninus Pius completed the great tomb of Hadrian in Rome, his body was cremated, and then the ashes were moved there with his wife and son.
Yeah, so Antoninus, he built this tomb for Hadrian, but he also actually had him deified and built some temples in his honor, and that was pretty common for emperors, but especially makes sense for Hadrian because he was so loved by his people. So that's pretty much all you need to know about Antoninus. He was the successor. He liked Hadrian. Enjoy the song.
Go Auntie, go Auntie, go Auntie. Here we go, I'm a new kid, moving in, getting it done, and I'm a build pantry, a temple son, you know. You better calm down, Auntie. Yeah, I'm talking about deification, we're getting it done. Hadrian that's right, I'm in the house. He's gonna shake it up and change, shake it up, take it all and rearrange it just a little bit. He's gonna play Hadrian, look out now,